Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Achieving Alpha and welcome back to another episode of Smart Money Analysis for today, that is 24th of May 2021. And the markets seem to be pretty volatile, and the question is that what does the operator really want? Because if you have a look at the intraday charts, it's really hard to trade. I will be honest, these markets are not easy to trade intraday, and that's why I'm not trading intraday at all, and I'm only playing positionally. And there are primarily two reasons. First, because of this too much volatility, and secondly because I don't have the time to monitor the screen full time these days. So these are the two reasons. So I would advise you to adhere to your stop loss if at all you are playing intraday, because you must have seen the volatility in the markets today. And if at all you are playing positional, do hedge your strategies and define your risk prior to entering a trade, and be willing to accept that particular risk if at all opposite move comes to your desired direction. So that's one thing. And we'll have a look at the intraday charts and the daily candles to infer what's happening in the market. But first of all, let's have a look at the option chain first. Okay, let's first look at the daily charts of Nifty and Bank Nifty. So this is the daily closing chart of Bank Nifty, and you will see kind of a doji candle here. Not exactly a doji, but it's kind of a doji candle which shows indecisiveness all the way. And interestingly, what you must have saw today was, if you have a look here, so you will see that this was basically a false breakout which had occurred, and a lot of people would have thought that if they go long above the high of this particular candle, which in fact closed about 35,000, they would have gained some good profit. But you need to understand that if at all it would have been a legit breakout, if it would have taken a pullback here back to 35,000, and then it would have gone up. Now there is no way you can just try to guess whether it's a legitimate breakout or a fake one. And a lot of people will say that you have a look at the volume. Okay, let's have a look at the volume of this particular candle. This is the candle where the breakout came, and this is a decent volume, right? And people talk about this, that you can distinguish a fake breakout than an original breakout through volume. But how would you distinguish using volume? One candle you have this big green volume, the other one you have a big red volume. So that is something which is, it's out of our hands. We really cannot predict this kind of moves. But you should wait for a pullback ideally. So you see that a lot of the people got trapped here, and I'm sure that more than 70 to 80% of the retailers would have gone long here. So it's okay, I am fine with missing this particular move had it been a legitimate breakout. But I would not directly jump to this candle to buy and go long unless I see a pullback and Bank Nifty taking support at 35,000 and then moving up further. And similarly, you can see for Nifty that again this was a fake breakout, and this clearly tells me the intention of the operator. And I have been telling you that this rally is not looking very realistic to me, because the institutional participation is missing, be it derivatives data or be it the cash market. There is something fishy about this particular rally, and that's why I am not very comfortable going long at this moment. Yes, had there been a good contribution of the institutions in this particular rally, I would have definitely considered going long. But as of now, I am neutral, no view, so I am playing with a neutral strategy, which is a strangle, and I have basically hedged it, so that becomes an iron condor. So that's what I would suggest you. And because we may never know whether this would be a fake breakout or not, so let's go to the option chain and try to understand what's happening there. So again here you will see, interestingly, okay, let's first have a look at Nifty. So Nifty, again you will see that there is some put writing even today at 15,200, and there is again some heavy build up at 15,000 put option, and you will see that in fact the highest OI is on 15,000 at the moment. So this is what we will see, about 5 million put contracts here. And on the call side it's at 15,500, that's a no-brainer. And basically you will see that there has been some addition of calls on the higher levels today. There has been some addition of puts as well, but maybe not that much. But what's interesting to see here is that the people here are still intact, because the last hour panic sell was something which was not expected by a lot of people, because people were thinking that this was a legitimate breakout. Let's have a look at the max pain and the PCR. So PCR is still at 1.17, which is okay. It's no alarming situation. And the max pain has shifted to 15,050. So this is bearish for now. But let's see how do things turn up. And let's have a look at Bank Nifty. and I will tell you how do operators play with the retail traders. So at one time when the fake breakout had occurred, before that 35,000 call option was having an open interest of more than 2 million contracts, and suddenly what happened was that the operators tried to push it up and they basically made the retailers exit here, and now you can see that it's only about 1 million OI present at the 35,000 call option, and I highly suspect that a lot of this is by the operators. Anyways, that will confirm in the derivatives data for today, but as of now the highest OI has shifted to 36,000. So surprisingly a lot of people unwounded their positions at 35,000 and they shifted that to 36,000. Oh, okay, it's even at 37,000. So you can see that people are a little afraid to short Bank Nifty at the moment, and they should be, because there is a lot of strength in Bank Nifty at the moment. And whether this was a trap or not, that we'll see in the monthly expiry. But I highly suspect that there is something fishy going on by the operators, specifically the FIIs. So let's see how do things turn up. On the put side, the highest OI you will see is first at 34,000, and after that it's at 33,000. And it won't be a lot of surprise if at all we see a massive fall in Bank Nifty in the coming days, because you see in the 2 days Bank Nifty has gone from, if you have a look, 33,500 to straightforwardly 35,000. So that's a lot of rally in 2 days. So some consolidation or some profit booking might be expected, specifically because we are at 35,000. So this is it, and you will see that again there has been some decent addition on the put side, and some again some decent addition on the call side as well. So this is the verdict for Bank Nifty. Let's have a look at the global cues. And again, global cues, you will see that they are facing issues sustaining at the top. So we'll see that Dow has again come back from a high of 34,337, and similarly S&P and Nasdaq are also facing resistance at higher levels. DAX again has a very crucial resistance at okay, let me open up the chart for DAX futures, and you will see that it has a very crucial resistance at 15,530. So if I switch this to 4 hours, you will see for yourselves that it has taken resistance once, twice, and today thrice. So if at all we break 15,000 this time, I think that we are in for a very good fall in DAX, and of course the effect of that will also be seen on the other European indices as well. Dow futures again is also facing resistance around 34,300. So let's have a look at that as well, and you will see that it has faced resistance once again here. So this is what we have been observing, and let's see how do things turn up. A lot will depend on how US markets perform tonight. And let's have a look at SGX Nifty. So SGX Nifty is currently trading down, and that's not pretty good. But again, this is a kind of a decisive index, and I really don't like the way it is. So let's have a look and let's see how do things turn up. The numbers for the derivatives and the cash market is not out yet. Once that is out, I will update that and will post this particular video. So the data seems to be out, and these are the numbers for the cash market. So you will see a net buying of about 585 crores from the FIIs and a net selling of about 707 crores from the DIIs. So overall on net basis, this is a selling of roughly about 150, little less than 150 crores, which is probably being bought by the retailers and the HNIs. So overall this data looks negative. I would expect some positivity once we see 4-digit numbers here for consecutively for let's say 2 to 3 days. Then we can say that maybe FIIs have turned bullish once again, but let's see. Let's have a look at the derivatives data. So the net long in the index futures has decreased by about 1%, a little over 1%. And you will see that this has been because of both long unwinding as well as some sort of unwinding the short positions as well. But you will see that the number of positions reduced in long is more, and that in shorts is less. So overall, you can see a reduction of about 1%. Interestingly, you will see that in stock futures, you will see that there is both long unwinding and a fresh short buildup. So this is pretty much negative based on the futures data for both index and stocks. Talking about the activity in the option writing segment, so you will see that the put shorts in the index haven't been altered much. There is rarely any change. And interestingly, there have been more call shots added by the FIIs, which is about 5.5%. And this is bearish overall from an options writing perspective. Talking about option buying, so you will see that the call long in the index have again been untouched, and they are almost the same. but there has been an increment of 1% in the put longs in the index. So again, from the option buying perspective also, this is looking bearish. Not too much bearish, but the activity is still bearish. So we'll see that the activity in both futures and options, be it for both index or stocks, is looking bearish, and even the numbers in the cash are not that much encouraging. So overall, the sentiment is looking bearish, and we can expect some downwards movement for tomorrow. So that's the overall conclusion that I would like to make, and this is it for this video then. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Hope you liked this particular video. If you did, please consider pressing the like button, and if you are new here and coming here for the first time, subscribe to this channel for more such content. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Have a good day, take care, and bye bye.